Hi, my name is Kira and I'm going to attempt to draw my life. And this is the high school edition because I kind of haven't lived past high school. So on October 31st, 1994, I was born. Yes, I was born on Halloween. And when I say I was born on Halloween, people automatically think that I'm this sort of demon child and I like scary movies, but I can guarantee you that is not true. I was born both to my mom and my dad. They were married 2 years before they had me, so I guess they had a little bit of time to have some fun before they settled down and had a kid. But to be completely honest, they're the two best parents anybody could ask for. I'm so glad that I was born into their family. And it's very exciting. They were really young and they were in their early 20s, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But for the first 2 years of my life, between I was born and 2, I lived in this big house. And it was in Bellevue, and when we refer back to it, we just call it the Big Red House. Because that's all I really remember. And that I lived with my grandma and grandpa. And that my favorite song just so happened to be Happy Birthday. And I would not stop crying until you sung the song to me. I guess I really liked it. I'm not entirely sure. You know, I don't remember that at all. But after a couple of years, my parents finally saved up enough money and my dad was going to UW, and so they moved down to this house down near UW in Wedgwood, and we just call it the Wedgwood House. And all I remember about that one is that it had a giant monkey tree in the front yard. And that thing was huge. It was so big. I also got a little brother down when we moved down there. My mom had my brother Nolan, and I was so excited to see him come, and I was really excited to be a big sister. You know, you think you are, and then they get there, and you're like, what? No. And I was so happy that my little brother was born, and that's Nolan, and he was really stinking kind of fat. Sorry, Nolan, but it's kind of true. Just accept it. So in the house, it was my dad, who ended up working at Humongous Games or Microsoft at the time, and then my mom, who decided to quit work and raise me. I was in probably elementary school at the time, and Nolan, who was probably 4. And we decided that our house was becoming a little too small because we wanted to have a really big family, and our family was going to be too big. And I did end up going to elementary school during this time, and I went to View Ridge Elementary School. And when we moved, I didn't make a whole lot of long-lasting friendships, so moving wasn't that hard. And it was okay, and I felt okay about moving. But it wasn't all that bad. From 2nd grade to about 7th grade, a couple good things did happen. Like, I got 2 new siblings. Elijah was born, and he's now about 10. And Anna was born, and now she's about 8. But I was homeschooled from 2nd grade to 7th grade. And I moved from Wedgwood to Lenwood, and my mom didn't want to put me in public school. But I don't really know why she didn't want to do this. I mean, I liked being homeschooled, but in reality, I was actually, looking back, I was really lonely because I didn't have a lot of friends. But in 8th grade, my mom decided to send me to public school. And a couple factors that helped this decision come about was that the books we needed, they cost a lot of money. And they were really hard to teach subjects. But I did perform better in a classroom setting, so putting me in public school seemed like the best solution. And those of you who live really close, you'll know that the local middle school was Briar Terrace. And oh my gosh, the most ghetto thing I've ever gone to. But you know when you're the new kid and you're walking in the hall like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. I don't know how to act. I don't know what to do. How are these kids going to treat me? That was exactly what was going through my head on the first day. I was that homeschooled kid, I was a new kid, and I was really confused because everyone was acting so different. And I just remember, like, crawling my way through middle school. Like, school, the work wasn't hard, it was just fitting into the social norms. Those were some dark days, man. I had a bad friendship. It was no fun. And I wasn't even bullied or anything. Like, I just was so confused and I was struggling to fit into those social norms, man. It was hard. I remember one day in English class, I was crying because I had a really bad day. And this girl came up to me and said, "Are you okay? I mean, I could write you a pass." But little did I know that girl would become my best friend throughout high school and probably for the rest of my life. And that was Michelle, and she is my best friend now. Fast forward a little bit. Back in 9th grade through about 10th grade, I was so stoked to be a freshman in high school. I was so done with middle school, and I felt like I could actually start over a little bit. So that was really awesome, and I was so happy to just be done with middle school. But my 2 obsessions were orca whales and drawing, and I was obsessed with these things. But the one thing that was kind of weird is I was really obsessed with science. Like, I loved biology and I kind of liked chemistry, but then at the end of the year I really ended up hating it. But I loved science. But in 10th grade, Michelle came up to me and said that they needed a new artist for the journalism program. She's like, oh, join journalism, it'll be fun. And I was thinking to myself, like, journalism? You mean like writing articles and spreading news? Like, that sounds like not a lot of fun. But I decided to go for it, and I fell in love with the journalism program. So in about 10th grade, I had a decision to make. I had the opportunity to do this ORCA program, and it was basically early college, and ORCA was in Everett Community College. So if I wanted to go to this program, I'd have to leave MTHS, my high school. But it was marine biology, and you could go whale watching, and you'd study ocean tides, all this other cool stuff. And I feel like I really had to choose between going science or going art. But I ended up choosing art because I started to hate science. I also think I swayed away from the science route is because in my sophomore year I got the highest ranking award at a state conference for editorial cartooning, and I felt like I could actually accomplish something in this field rather than science and struggling. So I felt like I could actually do what I wanted to do. So in the next couple years of high school, I immersed myself in the journalism program. Like, I did nothing but journalism. And I went to a lot of conventions, and those years seemed like a blur. For example, in the Seattle convention, I got a Photoshop Art Honorable Mention Award and 2 CTE awards in photography and journalism. And also in San Antonio, I got an Excellent in editorial cartooning. And at San Francisco, I got a Superior in Photoshop Art. And I felt like I accomplished a lot in those 2 years. Art's my thing, man. So now I am a graduated senior from high school. High school's over for me, and honestly, those years were probably the greatest years of my life, which I probably won't be admitting that anytime soon. But they were, and I found out who I was supposed to be and who I am today, and I am so excited for what the future is gonna hold for me. So now I'm planning on going to Shoreline Community College in the fall, and I'm going to pursue art as a career because I feel like I could be successful in there. Also, I'm trying to be more active on YouTube and developing my art style. But I am really excited for what the future has to hold. I mean, I'm just getting started in my life, and maybe there will be a part 2, but my life's just beginning, and I am so ready to go and be successful in the future. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's the end of this Draw My Life video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.